Hi folks, welcome back to my World of Tanks replays. Once again, we're in the Lorraine 40t, a lovely French tier 8 medium tank. I think this match was shortly after I'd unlocked the top engine for it, and as you'll see, this thing can shift. This is a fast tank. And here we are on Dragon's Ridge, which is one of the new maps added to the game in patch 7.3 I think. Quick little tactic here. A lot of the time people like in the fast tanks, like the light tanks and the mediums, like to rush. If you follow the cursor here, all the way down here, through the village at the bottom, and then up the hill to get to this point. For those of you who aren't familiar with this map, there's a much better way of doing it, which I'll demonstrate in 3 seconds.
Let's get this show on the road.
And here we go. As always with the Lorraine, you're using the revolver autoloader clip, which means I have to spend the first 52 seconds of any game playing very cautious and waiting for my 6-shot clip to load. But here we can use that time, because we've got the speed, to use this ridge to stay out of line of sight of the enemy team and get around behind them. Now this saves a lot of time. Instead of going down into that valley and then coming all the way up that horrendous hill up there, you can stay on mostly level ground, out of line of sight of the enemy team, and get into their back door without any of them spotting you. And sure enough, there's the enemies, and not one of them can see me. This coming up here is probably the only vulnerable part if you've got anybody fast trying to come along the other side. But if you're fast enough, it's not a problem, and as you can see, by the time I get here, I'm fully loaded and I'm ready to rock. So now this is where the enemy team like to come up, so I'm just going to park in the bushes here and wait and see who comes. And I hadn't had the Lorraine for very long when I played this game, but I really fell in love with this tank. It's not to everyone's taste. It doesn't have the armour to go toe-to-toe with anything. But it's fast, it's agile, and the 100mm gun with the autoloader is absolutely lethal. And oh, hello, there they are. KV-1. I don't know what this guy thinks he's doing in a KV-1 coming up the back road. It's going to take him forever to get up the hill, and as it happens, he doesn't live long enough. And he has a friend, a T-43. And we're going to give him a seriously bad day. I think he gets one shot into me. And here it comes. Boom. Yeah, just a minuscule amount of damage. But I've attracted some attention from his friends. And you've got to expect this when you're driving a Lorraine, because people know that, yeah, it might have 1250 health, yeah, it might be fast, yeah, it might be agile, but it's got Swiss cheese for armour. So it makes sense to try to kill it, because it's a very dangerous opponent. So if you are driving a Lorraine, you have to expect to be at the top of everybody's hit list. More so in the French heavy tanks, which are... Oh. If you're going to grind your way up the French heavy tank line, get to the AMX M4 1945 as soon as you possibly can, because everything prior to that is just a great big steaming turd of a tank. So now I'm reloading, so I've expended my 6 shots, and it's that 52-second reload time again. When you do get to tier 9 in the French tanks, the Batchat has exactly the same gun, but in the Batchat it's a much faster reload. And I think it's a faster rate of fire between shots as well. But if you play it to its strengths, it's not a problem in the Lorraine. You're a fast, manoeuvrable hit-and-run raider. As you will see, come across tanks with low health, and you can give them a serious bad day. Here we are. Oh, a Tiger 2. Tier 8 heavy tank. Yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? But you really don't want to be trading shots with anything. You need, if you're playing the Lorraine, you need to get in from an unexpected angle, take your shots and get out. That's what this tank excels at. Now I do take some hits here, because you can't be lucky all the time, and I take a few risks. think this KV-1 behind me takes me by surprise. Or possibly that Tiger.
Penetration.
Yeah, you see I tracked him.
Track hit. We've hit them hard.
But as luck would have it, he was moving. His tracks got knocked out. He span with his gun pointing directly towards me. And now I've taken another hit and I really don't want to be hanging around there. So get down below the crest of the hill. Hide from all those bad guys. And ooh, look, there's another target. I've still got 3 shots. Let's go and give him the good news. So stay low. Make sure they can't hit you. Keep an eye on what's going on. Because your rear armour, I mean, we haven't got armour from any angle on the road.
Enemy is hit.
Look at the damage we're doing with this KV-5. That's a very heavily armoured Tier 8 premium tank. But this gun cuts through it like butter.
Enemy is hit.
And there's one of the world famous 0 damage penetrating hits. Became a lot more prevalent in patch 7. I'm not sure, with the introduction of spaced armour. Basically the idea is you penetrate the spaced armour and then your shot energy is absorbed. Now that was stupid, I have to admit. I'm not loaded, I'm on 44% health and I just drove in front of a Tiger. Luckily he didn't hit me. I mean, if he'd managed to put a shot into my flanks and knock my tracks out, I'd have been dead meat. He would have killed me in 2 shots. But yeah, there's an element of luck involved in every good game. But now I need to get the hell out of there. Reload. Boom. Headshot. That's one of the other good things about Dragon's Ridge is a lot of this village up here is completely destructible. You can just drive through it. You'll see that. Use that to my advantage later on.
Penetration.
These guys are all facing away from me.
Enemy is hit.
Use that wrecked tank in front of me as cover.
We didn't
Back
even
up.
scratch them.
He's still not looking at me. I'll give that target to a bad day instead.
Penetration.
And again, I need to reload. But I'm reasonably safe here. Except there's a KV-2 over there, but as you can see, he's not actually pointing towards me, so I'll sit here and wait and reload. While those guys are fighting for their life up in front of me. So, I mean, as you can see, I've taken a bit of a beating. I'm on 44%, but this is why you never let a wounded Lorraine get away and come back. I'll just speed things up here a little, so you don't have to sit here watching the reload forever, and then watch what happens to that poor KV-2.
Enemy is hit.
Yeah, he's not going to get away.
Enemy vehicle knocked
4 shots
down.
left. What shall I do? Oh, hello.
Enemy
Oh,
armor
goodbye.
is destroyed.
And there's a badly wounded Tiger. And this is what I love about Dragon's Ridge. He's trying to take cover behind that building. Guess what, pal?
Got him.
And there we go, 5 kills. Took a bit of damage, but not enough to pose any serious problems. And there's 1 enemy tank left. Can I get Top Gun? Nah. And that's the Lorraine. Great tank. Absolutely love it. It's fast, it's manoeuvrable, it packs a punch. It can't take a beating, so you really need to play accordingly. Don't hang around in front of the guns of enemy tanks. It sounds obvious, but you would be amazed at the amount of people who forget that French tanks are not there to go toe-to-toe, face-hugging, brawling, and exchanging shots with big tanks with big guns. The Lorraine 40t, great tank.